Hi, this week's discussion focuses on Simons's equivalency theory on the distance learning classroom or the face-to-face classroom and how that classroom is developed, how the implementation of the resources are, and how the management of the course is set out. No matter if the student is in a face-to-face setting or a distance learning setting, it is important that that classroom environment be welcoming and opening for that student. Because while in that class, even in the distance learning setting through a K through 12 setting, that student needs to be able to find all the resources, needs to be able to access all the resources, the quizzes, the tests, every material, every lecture, every podcast, every form of information that they are going to need in order to successfully pass that course. The same thing goes for a face-to-face setting. When a face-to-face setting, the students are handed those resources. They are often given to them by the teacher as they discuss a new module, as they discuss a new unit in science or social studies, whatever the content area may be. Those materials are handed for them. So the same thing needs to be addressed when the students are in a distance learning setting. This takes us to our textbook, Teaching and Learning at a Distance, on page 50, where this says that the learning needs to be equivalent, not identical. This means that the distance learning students need to be able to have access to those podcasts, have access to those quests, have access to those discussion modules that they need. They need to be able to understand the strategies if they're in a kindergarten setting for addition, or they need to be able to understand and grasp those literature concepts and they are in a 9th through 12th grade setting. It does not matter. All the resources and everything that the classroom from the beginning to the end needs to be set up to make sure it is an ideal learning environment for the students. Thank you.